So people have been in the game for a while. Management's supposed to be kind of handling the business back of it all. You don't need to be. You kind of want somebody that has experience nowadays. You know what I mean? That's seen the industry.
We need him to be in the back having more babies, man.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I need to have some kids of my own. So.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta catch up.
You need to come to the show. Find you a girl.
Speaking of shows and stuff, you booked me to host it was a show with young Reece, and it was going to be something that was going to be like a virtual show where people can purchase tickets, and it was going to be a virtual performance. I was going to host it. I was excited about it. You guys have always had good business with me whenever we've done business. So what had happened, because the show got pulled, obviously I didn't host, young Reece didn't perform, nothing happened. So what was the bottom line of what had happened?
So
he can speak more on that one.
So listen, in my position, I get hit up every day for shows and all kinds of stuff every day, and obviously shout out to Alex Spoon again, but she kind of introduced me to this guy by the name of Jameson, and he had a tie to young Reece, which I call bullshit right away. Right, because I'm just skeptical of everything, because you got to be in this business, because otherwise people are just gonna rip you the fuck off, right? So anyway, somewhat interested, so I called a couple people, made an arrangement. Actually, Shallow came to me. He came with me to the club down in Scottsdale to I was trying to see if this shit was real. Sure. And see if this guy was fucking for real about this shit. And Shallow went there with me. He ended up leaving a little earlier. Then Case met up with me, and we actually talked to Reece outside. He was really interested in the deal. He was interested in doing this thing. We did a lot of marketing research on him as far as his poll and his
analytics.
Yeah, his analytics and shit like that. And my marketing guy said, you know what, it's worthwhile to explore. So we did a little bit more research, talked to Jameson, which was supposed to be his handler, and kind of working out the deets. Kind
of like the middleman of the deal or whatever?
Correct. Yeah. The date changed a couple times.
Doesn't Reece have a direct manager that you can deal with?
Right.
That's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing. This guy was calling himself his manager. Gotcha. I don't know what the deal was. Anyway, the deal was good. I had conference calls with him. We talked about some deals, right? So, I'm very professional about what I do. I write contracts for a living.
Yes.
So, we had a final conference call to go over all the conditions, see if he had a rider, anything. There was a big agreement for the 29th, right? We're good to go. He was okay with all conditions. One of his big conditions was that he was supposed to handle all unpaid marketing promotion on every platform he had available to him to help promote the show, because that's where the demographics are going to come in for the tickets. We executed contracts, gave him his deposit. Weeks went by, still no promoting. Weeks went by, still no promoting.
This is after he's received his 50% deposit?
Correct.
Yeah.
And, listen, I know things happen.
Were you contacting his team or him personally and be like, yo, we have an agreement, you signed something?
I had emails, phone numbers, everything. I tried to contact everybody. The only thing I didn't have, personally, was his address. And even if I did, I wasn't going to roll up on his house.
So what, you just weren't getting a response?
I wasn't getting a response.
Gotcha. Okay.
So finally, through his handler, this Jameson guy, I was talking to this guy every day, so I'm getting nervous. I usually write a clause in my contract that gives me the right to cancel if we don't hit numbers by a certain point, which is reasonable, right? I know obviously the show's going to be a failure. We don't want to put it on, and everybody's going to lose money. So
but they kind of keep the deposit, whatever.
Yeah. So, basically, if I canceled before a certain point, I got a refund of the deposit.
Oh, really?
Right. So,
I'll be real with you. Like, if that was I personally probably wouldn't do that if I was an artist.
But that was a condition.
Right. I know. Hey, but if you signed that, you signed it. No, I wouldn't have signed that probably if I was an artist. I'd be like, yo, you're already taking me out of my date. What if somebody else hits me for that date, and and then you back out? Then so if I wouldn't have done that. But if he signed it, the deal's the deal.
He signed it, but he picked the date.
Got you.
So that was the difference.
Because we actually had something.
Whatever the deal might be, that was the deal.
Yeah, that was the deal.
On paper.
So on paper, signed, sealed, delivered, and it got to that point where I'm like, listen, the numbers aren't going to work out in time. We're going to get a loss. It's going to go a loss. I'm already deep into it. So I reserved my right, sent him the paperwork that I'm canceling the show, and obviously asked for my full refunds, and dead silence.